Hi, my name's Ash, and I have been pretty much guided to come on here and kind of tell my story of kind of how I got to be where I am and how I got to be into this type of thing with spirituality and tarot and astrology and all things that are connected to this kind of energy. Now, I just thought it would be fun to use the cards to show my story. And I just shuffled the cards and I just let them fall out how they were meant to fall out to show you guys how connected everything is and how much all this stuff means to me, because it's been the one thing that has stood by me and stood the test of time, and the one thing that's never going to tell you the wrong answer or never going to lie to you. The cards don't lie. That's always been my phrase that I will always say. Like, I will trust the cards and trust the universe more than anyone and any person that comes into my life, because everything is one. Like the cards, the universe, the world, it's all one, and we need to learn to connect to our authentic self. So we as humans, obviously we have the left and right side of the brain. We've got the ego and we've got the soul. We've got always the masculine, feminine. There's always the duality of everything. And I wanted to kind of talk about my story and kind of give people a glimpse of who I am and who I was and how I became the person I am now, because it's been a long, hard journey. I see myself as a light worker and see myself as someone who wants to help other people to connect to their true selves and connect to their soul mission. We all have a different mission here on earth. And if you're not aligning to your true purpose, you will get sucked into the matrix of the world that has been created to stop people from finding their true selves. Because if people found their true selves, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. Okay, so I had the first card that came out was the Judgment card. This is all about awakening. This is all about spiritual awakenings and messages and things making sense. It's that aha moment. It's that, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't see this before. This is the epitome of how I felt when I had my awakening in 2020. So what spurred, I had a lot of things happen to me growing up. So we'll just start from the start. So I obviously am gay. I obviously was always different. I obviously always felt different in my family. I was the odd one out at school. I didn't know many gay people. I was put in a town that didn't have many gay people. I had not many gay people in my grade at school. So I always felt different. And I never knew that I was gay because I was really severely bullied by boys in my school. So I surrounded myself with girls. I would get along with the feminine energy more than the boys in school, because I found the feminine energy easier to connect with, because it was more emotional and more authentic, that kind of way. Whereas I feel like boys in school were kind of putting on this ego, which I was not about. And I got severely bullied in school. I got called every name under the sun. And this caused me to feel really insecure. Then I started to experience really bad acne on my face. So I hated myself. I grew my hair so long that it would cover my face because I was scared to show who I really was. And the years of school, I got bullied for 12 years of school. So that was really hard. And this caused problems at home. So my parents split up when I was 2, and my mum met someone else and she had kids with them. So I was always on the outer. Always felt like I didn't belong. So this caused a lot of tension with my family at home. I was always in fights with my mum. I was always kind of rebelling against someone trying to control me because I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. So in school, I hated authority. I hated being told what to do. I hated being told what to wear, how to do my hair, because I'm like, no, I'm my own person and I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to express myself in the way that I want to express myself. Like, you can't push me into this little box. And so I remember, like, growing up, I was always into spirits, and I was always into, like, I was so interested in the mystical and the unknown and all that kind of thing. And I remember doing Ouija boards as a kid. Like, I was so interested in what you couldn't see. I loved space. I loved aliens. I loved all that kind of thing that you couldn't grasp with your logical mind. Like, you had to, and I've always believed so strongly in all of that. Like, astrology, when I first came across astrology in school, I was so interested in it because I'm the epitome of an Aries. Like, I resonated with everything that it says about an Aries. And I had all these people being like, oh, it's fake, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of like pulled away from it for a bit. I remember my auntie, like me and my auntie doing this, memory always sticks in my head of me and my auntie doing a Ouija board. And it just, like, you know, candles blew out, lights switched on and off. And I just remember it being real. Like, it was real. It happened. I experienced it. I didn't really talk much about it, but that was my first introduction into that. There's more to the world than what meets the eye. There's more out there that people just are quick to dismiss and not believe. And then I started to want to move away from where I lived. I wanted to experience and be around other people that were like me, like gay or creative. Like, I'm a hairdresser, so I was always creative and I wanted to keep moving up in my career. And I thought the only way to do that was to move to Melbourne. So I moved to Melbourne, I started working in that field, and I started experiencing the gay world, which, to my shock, wasn't the best place to be, because here I am wanting to fit in and wanting to, like, I finally found my crowd that are like me, and I experienced nothing but vanity, egocentric people that were not being their true selves, because I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense to me. Mardi Gras never made sense to me because it was like this, oh my God, look at me, I'm gay. Like, I'm going to wear a big feather boa. And it's just like, yes, you're gay, but is that really you? Or are you putting on this huge show to show the world that you're gay? Like, is that really you? Is that what you are? Is that what you stand for? Is that exactly who you want to be, or is that exactly who you think you are? It's like, it just started to, like, I didn't fit in the gay world. I didn't fit in with those people because I felt that they weren't being authentically themselves. And I started working out, I started going to the gym, and I started to get all this attention. Like, people thought I was attractive. I was attracting these people to me that weren't good for me. I was attracting all these toxic situations, like relationships and people that were showing me the dark side of people and showing me the dark side of being gay, the dark side of the gay world. Example, like the sex, drugs, all that kind of thing. I experienced it all. I tried it all. I'm the type of person that I need to try something to judge it. I can't just judge something without doing it and seeing it and being in it. So I really experienced every single facet of the gay world. And I never really had many gay friends. Like, when I did find a gay friend, it was someone that was actually real with me and someone that would share their most vulnerable experiences and that kind of thing. And that's when I felt connected to someone, when they actually were themselves. And that's all I ever want, is for people to be themselves and for people to not lie to me and just be their real authentic selves. So then I went through, so I had to move back to my hometown because my mum was sick with cancer. And this is when I started to really, really get into spirituality, because I have always had a strong intuition, but this is when I started to really tap into it. So I intuitively knew that my mum was not going to be around. Like, I just knew that she was going to pass away from this disease. And I had all people in my family being like, no, just be positive, like this, and this, like we're trying this and we're going to do chemo. And I'm thinking like, just like a knowing of like, that is not going to fix my mum. Like pumping her body full of poison is not going to help the situation. I just knew there's something that cures cancer, and it's not that. The medical system is so corrupt. It's not designed to help people. It's not designed to fix the problem. It's just designed to put a band-aid over things, and it's designed to bring out more illnesses in people. So I ended up going to a lot of tarot readers and going to a lot of astrology readers and mediums and stuff like that. Like, I was obsessed. Like, I would spend all my money going to see these, because like this, in a reading, that was the time that I felt most connected and most like, this is what I think. This is exactly what I think. It was like everything that was on my mind, the reader told me, and I was just like, this is crazy. Like, it's everything I thought. And it would just make me feel better about myself and about my thoughts and about my emotions. It just made everything make sense. So when mum passed away, that is when I first started to feel truly connected to spirituality, because I remember seeing her a couple of days after she passed away. Like, I felt her energy. And this is when I started to feel connected to the spirit world and feel like this is what I'm meant to be investigating. So I ended up moving back to Melbourne and started getting drawn back into that world again of the drugs and sex and all that kind of negative energy that's meant to pull you away from what you're really here for. And I then fast forward to 2020 when the coronavirus happened. So this is when I had my true awakening. In 2020 was when I started to I would get messages. Like, as soon as the COVID thing happened, I just knew there was something off about the situation. And I was getting messages. Like, it was like a knowing would come through me. And I was very vocal at this point in time. So I used my Instagram as a place to show other sides of the story, or show the things that were being pushed away or like covered up. I was trying to expose these things to get people to think and get people to use their intuition and their third eye. So I've always really felt like my third eye was very open and very active. And I've always had gut feelings and I've gone against them. And this point in time in 2020, I was like, I'm going to listen to every single thing that my gut tells me and every single thing that my third eye tells me, and I'm going to go with it. So that's when we get to the next card, the Four of Cups. So this is the universe giving me messages. And for a long time, I was not listening to it. I was kind of distracted. This person's distracted by what's going on here. I wasn't letting it come through me and listening to the things that were guiding me or pulling me in certain directions. So I was trying to be this for other people. So I was trying to give a message out there. I was showing the planetary energies in astrology and being like, this is not going to be over for this many years. I was putting out cold, hard truths that people weren't ready to hear. And that's what I started to realize, that not everyone's going to be receptive to this kind of thing. Not everyone believes in this kind of thing. People need to see this cold, hard proof of something in front of you, where I've always believed, or I've always, I guess, trusted this kind of thing, because I know it's bigger than all of this. It's bigger than Earth. It's bigger than money. It's bigger than the government. Like, this is the universe we're talking about, which is so many friggin' million light years huge. So I was trying to be this messenger, so to say. That's where we come to the next card. So I was trying to be like a messenger. And I knew in my heart that this is what I was here for. it was such an overwhelming feeling, this awakening. It was like, this is what I'm here for. This moment in time, like 2020 and moving forward, felt so right for me to be kind of being this messenger or being this awakener, because I was trying to wake people up, because I knew that it was the Great Awakening. I knew that people were slowly going to start to see the lies and deception that had been placed around our world for so long, and the conditioning that had been taking place in schools and, you know, the education system and the universities and the medical system, and all this thing was all connected, and I could see it all so clearly. And it felt like I was just enlightened. And it sounds crazy, but I was trying to be this like messenger. And I got a lot of backlash. Like, I got a lot of bullying again, which triggered these old feelings of when I got bullied in school. So here I am trying to help people, and I had all these people tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm crazy, tell me I need to go kill myself, tell me I don't deserve to live, tell me I deserve to be on a ventilator and they hope I get COVID and die. All this really nasty, negative stuff, which just sent me spiraling, because it reminded me of all my old childhood traumas. I guess it shook that up, which kind of helped me in the end, because I kind of dealt with a lot of those traumas that I'd kind of like brushed under the carpet, which leads me to my next card of me, 8 of Cups. This is about walking away from those emotional issues and walking away from people that just aren't on your frequency anymore. I started to really get into frequencies, and, you know, there's people that are around us that aren't on the same frequency, and we come across people, and when our two frequencies come together, one of them's going to overpower or dominate the other. And I just realized that certain people were bringing me down, certain people were bringing me down to a negative place, and I knew that I had to walk away from people, places, and things that didn't serve me anymore. And also that I knew that part of my mission was to help people walk away from old patterns and old conditioning factors that have kept them in this loop of negativity, or this loop of like just not being able to get anywhere. And I knew that it was my mission to kind of help people with this walking away from problems that don't serve you anymore, or show them their astrology chart. I wanted to do card reading and astrology to show people, to tap into the energy of what they were feeling, and to show them that the cards were saying a certain thing, and the astrology chart, that everything that they're experiencing was meant to happen, to kind of make them realize or make them acknowledge it and then leave it behind, things that didn't serve them or whatever. And I knew that my mission was to help people connect to their true selves again, because I knew that we'd lost that somewhere in the mix of trying to climb up the corporate ladder, trying to find our way in society, trying to earn money to support our family, that kind of thing, that somewhere along the way, we lost who we really are, and we lost what we're here for. And I had really discovered with astrology and with tarot, like, I would use the cards and it would tell me so much about myself, that I was finally feeling okay in my body, and finally feeling like I am happy with who I am, and this is who I am. And if you don't like it, then I'm sorry that you're just not on my frequency, or you're just still on a certain part of your journey where you think you have to put me down to make you feel better. That kind of thing. So I wanted to help people connect to other people that are like them, or connect to their true selves. Like, to me, this is someone connecting with who they are to the core. And by doing this, it was kind of like starting this new, I felt like I literally felt like the old Ash had died, and I was given this opportunity to kind of start again. So I felt like I was pretty much being born again, which I always didn't understand when I heard about these born again Christians, or, you know, I never understood it. But now I finally understood that you can go through many deaths in life. Parts of your ego or parts of you can die off, and you can start these new experiences and these new lives, because we go through many lives in our life. And it was like, this felt so right. It felt so authentically me. It felt like this is what I was here to do. And my whole world got turned upside down. That's when we get to the Hangman. So this is Uranus energy. And the funny thing is, Uranus in the sky was in my house of values and what I kind of see as valuable to me. So Uranus was shaking things up of my core values and destroying old parts of me and making way for this new perception of how things are, or this new perception of who I am, and this new perception of what I'm here to do. And this also symbolizes Aquarius, and my mum was an Aquarius, and we are also entering the age of Aquarius. So all these things were kind of aligning to me, where it's like, we're entering a new age, like the age of Aquarius, which is all about change and revolution and kind of coming together as one and working together, and futuristic concepts, spirituality, all these things that you can see are becoming so like evident in our lives, that I knew that I was one of those people that was meant to be showing people and helping people find their way. And I've had so many times where I've been told that I've helped people through times that they never thought they could go through, or just me being a friend, or I've kind of opened up the eyes of my close friends that really knew the real me and didn't kind of think I was someone that I'm not, because I was always told that I'm intimidating or that kind of thing. And it made me feel so happy in my heart that people were like, you've helped me. It was just like, I knew that that's what I was here to do, was to help people discover the power that they have inside of them, and the power that you have in your mind, the power that you have in your heart, which I think so many people have kind of lost kind of track of, or lost sense of their actual true power within, that they're trying to find power from outside influences, or trying to find power, get something else to give them power, and not realize that they have the power to change, and they have the power to kind of change the world, which seems like such a way out concept. But I truly believe that if we all came together, we could do amazing things to the world. So I just felt like I needed to like kind of share my story a bit, so you could get to know me a little bit more. And I want to keep giving you readings and keep helping people kind of find their spirituality and find themselves through spirituality, because I think it's such an important tool, and it will be such a crucial tool moving forward for people to navigate their way through the mess that we are in the world, and realize their true potential. Thank you.